Hello, friends. Let's see if this is good. I totally slacked on our monthly live chats this month. It was just kind of a horrible month for my family. It was just a really, really hard month. We had back-to-back sicknesses. My husband and I both got this really terrible head cold where we just could not function. I lost my voice for quite a while. And then our girls got back-to-back sick, and we had some other family stuff, and it just ended up being a crazy month. And I just completely slacked and did not ever touch base on those dates that we talked about for doing our live. And then here we are at the end of the month, but I am here. I'm checking in, I'm touching base. It has just been a wild month. And case in point, I've got a mini La Mancha buck here. I guess he wasn't a buck, he was a wether. But I get a phone call out of the blue yesterday morning saying, hey, we've got a problem goat. We're gonna put him down today. My family doesn't want the meat. If you can be here this afternoon, you can have him. So I drove an hour and a half away to go grab this goat, and lovely friend. It was great to get to see her, and I got to take one of my little sisters with me, and so I got to visit with her, and so it ended up just being a lovely afternoon, but it was still just a really long day. I did not get finished with my milking and my chores and in the side until 9 p.m. So it was just a really long day, but it was wonderful. I'm gonna actually film. I'm trying to set up. I don't think I'm gonna do a super detailed tutorial or anything, but I'm gonna film processing this guy today. And I think I'm considering saving a leg. He's pretty small. He's a mini La Mancha, so he's not big, but I'll show you. He's this big, not huge, but sizable. I'm super excited to be able to use the meat because he's got lots to offer. And he was so fatty. He had so much internal fat. It was shocking. Let me show you. It's in the fridge. Let me show you. Okay, so here is his pluck. I saved heart, liver, kidney, spleen this time. And lungs. We saved the lungs. I'm not sure if or what I'm gonna do with the lungs, but I did go ahead and grab them. We'll see how inspired I feel later today if I do something with that or not. But a good bag of pluck from him. And then this is all visceral fat. This is a lot, I feel like. He was eating well. He was out in the forest, browsing, had a great diet and a good life. He was just mean. He was being ornery and bad with the other goats and bad with the owners, and he needed to go. So their loss, sadly, my gain. I'm excited to process him up. I'm considering saving one of these back legs for a charcuterie project. I'm thinking about it. He's pretty small, but I think, let's see, I have him all tied up in his pretty floral sheet. Do you guys like my meat sheet? This is the sheet I've been using for meat for, gosh, at least the last 4 years or so. And my husband teases me because he's like, it's so pretty. It is, it's really pretty. Meat processing can be pretty. And the blood stains kind of blend in with the pink flowers. Oh, anyway. So yeah, here we go. We've got, it would just be a little leg. It's only that big. I might do a goat violin with one leg. Could be fun, just to do a little violin, do a whole leg cure. And then I think mostly I'm just gonna turn this into sausage. I'm just gonna do a ton of breakfast sausage because we're almost out already from our pig harvest breakfast sausage. The kids love it. We can just do so much, quick and easy. I don't know what to do meals that everybody loves with breakfast sausage. So I'm probably gonna do my offal infused breakfast sausage with 90% of his harvest. So that's part of what's on the agenda right now. Also, in the background, you might see my cheese hanging. this is an experiment with a hung Clabber cheese. So I've been doing a lot of Clabber experiments, which I plan to do some sharing on Clabber more. Let me know if you want more information on Clabber, or like what your questions are pertaining to Clabber, if it's something you've considered before, or if you do Clabber. I love your guys' feedback on that, because I have been thinking about doing some Clabber content, but I was debating, like, is that too niche? Is anybody actually interested in that? What do people really want to know? I'm still kind of new to Clabber, so I'm not like an expert, but I've read a couple books and I've been doing it for 2 months now, really regularly, like daily clabbering, and I've been having so much fun with it. I've been really enjoying it. We've done Clabber cheeses. It's been the culture for all of our meso and thermo cheeses, and we've been using it like as a yogurt replacer, and we've done some cream cheese. It's just been lovely. This is an experiment that the lady who wrote the book that I really like on Clabber, Katya, whose last name escapes me, she did a little Instagram post saying if you freeze your Clabber first and then you strain it, it gets really silky smooth. And so I wanted to try it. It is really silky smooth, but it's also taking forever to drain. I keep like mixing it and pulling it off the sides of the cheesecloth, and it's going on its second, like this is the third day actually that it's been hanging, and it's still really soupy. So we'll see. I'm not sure if that's my favorite method or not, but I'll probably try it a couple more times before I decide. But yeah, the Clabber has just been lovely. We have been consuming a ton of Clabber. The sheep milk is going well. The sheep are giving me really consistently our one ewe that did not accept her lamb. She's been giving me about a cup or two cups, not a cup, but she's been giving me like 2 cups per milking. So about a quart a day from Belle. And then I just started milking Coco. So we were having a struggle with the lamb sharing because we're in a neighborhood. We only have a couple acres. We're in an HOA in a neighborhood. I cannot just let the sheep scream for multiple days while they're getting used to separation. Plus, I've got such a small space, they can hear each other really, really well no matter what I do. And they just were getting themselves worked up into a lather. They were really stressed out, and it was not great. So I tried bras for the sheep. I shared a little bit about that on my Instagram. If you follow me there, you probably saw several bra attempts. They all failed miserably, which I actually was speaking to another shepherd online who gave me a bra design that looks like a contender. I might try her bra design someday. But I had also found in the meantime nose rings specifically designed for sheep and goats. They are very common in cows, but I had never seen them applied to sheep or goats. And they're not available in the US, but it was really easy to get them shipped from overseas. I split an order with my friend Rachel Hester, and we, minimum order of 20. So that was the only bummer, but it wasn't terribly expensive. We split an order. It was great. That's what I'm trying right now, and it seems to be going really well so far, so fingers crossed that keeps going well. I am getting a quart and a half from Coco at each milking, so she's producing a little bit more than Belle, for sure, and she is doing swell. She's not as fun to hand milk. She's got, I think, stone udder. I don't think it's fatty udder, and it's not edema. It never went away after lambing. It was just like that from lambing. It was soft until she lambed, and then I did the massages and everything. I milked her out. I thought that there was something going on there, but she's never had mastitis. She's never had any other issues. She just has a really firm udder. So she's not as fun to hand milk, but she still lets down, is easy to milk out in that way. She doesn't hold her milk back. She doesn't have teeny tiny orifices or anything. It flows really fast, very little pressure, and it just flows. So in that sense, she's delightful to hand milk. But it's just that really firm udder isn't my favorite. So my fingers are really crossed that next lambing, maybe that resolves. I've heard from a few shepherds that it never will, and a few shepherds that, oh yeah, it could change next year. So toss up, we'll see how her udder develops, but I love her for so many things. She is a fantastic mother. She's a good producer. Her fleece is lovely. Her personality is a little hit and miss. She still acts like I'm trying to murder her every time I put her on the milk stand. Every single time, and it has been several weeks, I guess, because I left her totally alone with the triplet lambs for a while, and I just didn't mess with her. But it's been a couple weeks now of trying to do stanchion training again. Every single time she lays down on the ground and plays possum and acts like I'm trying to kill her. Will not budge, goes totally dead weight, toddler tantrum. So that is a huge, huge con. But otherwise, like, I really hope that she turns into just a wonderful ewe for our flock because she has so many great qualities. And I'm saving her 2 ewe lambs. She had Pippi Longstockings and Marshmallow Puff are her 2 ewe lambs that we're going to retain, and we're going to breed to our Baba Black Sheep, who is a Frisian mix. I'm very excited to see their babies because Pippi is the sweetest. She is a puppy dog. She is in your lap. Mallow is very friendly and has been worked with a lot, thanks to having small children out there working with them all the time. But she's definitely not just a puppy dog personality. She's a little bit more standoffish, has a little bit more of that rugged breed in her where she's like, I reserve judgment every day. But Pippi is just a lap dog. She sees you and she just walks up to you and lays down by your feet and wants a belly scratch and just is the most lovable. She's also kind of the runt of the litter. She's still the smallest out of all the lambs. She's not sickly or like behind. She's just very much the smallest. She was the smallest lamb. She's growing well. She's just the smallest. So we'll see with that how she does as a mom and a producer, but I'm really hopeful that she turns into our star of our program because she has the personality. She is so sweet, so docile, so loving, and just calm and delightful to work with. So Pippi is our favorite. We love her very much. Anyway, there's a little update on the sheep and life and some future video content coming your way soon. I'm sure I'm going to render this fat for like candles or soap probably. I might try to eat it, but I don't know. The lamb tallow that I've been eating is fine. It's like beef tallow, but it's even more waxy. So it's not my favorite for cooking. Like French fries that are cooked in it have a little bit of a waxy finish. If they're not like patted off with a paper towel or something, I don't know. I would prefer lard in a lot of those situations because it doesn't give you that waxy feel in your mouth afterwards. But waste not, want not. These are going to make something awesome. Candles, soap, something awesome with all of this fat. Let's see, what else is going on in the world? Oh, I have, let's see, no. Goodness. You guys get to see my little behind the scenes brain farts where I'm trying to collect my thoughts and they all just fly away. Goodbye, thoughts. I was going to say I have been making cheese. I have been experimenting more. I don't really feel like I have any tips and tricks to share about sheep milk cheese though yet. Other than like the obvious that everybody says it needs to be handled a little bit more softly. It's going to give you way higher yield. Less culture, lower temperatures. I am getting nice cheeses, but I think I'm still trying to figure out my cheese press and figure out some other stuff, kind of how it all works together. I've been practicing a lot, and once I get a few more batches done, when I get a few more batches done and I feel like I've got it dialed in a little bit more, I will share about the cheese making, because I know a few of you had asked me to share a Gouda recipe, which is our favorite cheese. It's delicious. It's been turning out delicious every time we make Gouda. But I just don't feel like I've got it like perfected yet. And I'd like to dial it in a little bit more before I really share like a how to make sheep milk Gouda with Clabber culture. But our cheese curds, we have cheese curds dialed in. We make exceptional, fresh, squeaky cheese curds. So if that's something you guys would like to see, I would definitely be comfortable sharing our squeaky cheese recipe with you guys and maybe even doing like a full poutine recipe because that is something that we really love. We're way up by the Canadian borders. So if you don't know, poutine is a very Canadian thing. And it was always a special treat when I was little. My dad would like take me skiing in Canada because it was a cheap date, because the conversion of American to Canadian was really good when I was little. And yeah, it was a really inexpensive date for him to take me across the border to like go skiing or go bowling, or we'd go to a movie, or we'd do something in Canada, because it's not actually, it's the same distance, if not closer, than going to the next nearest city in the US to us. Like, we're really up here close to Canada. So we'd always go up there and we'd have our little special time, and we'd go to like Arby's or A&W, and we'd get poutine. And they would give you fries with vinegar, and you'd get cheese curds and gravy on top of your French fries. And, you know, it was greasy, probably definitely not good for you food, but it was so yummy and so fun. And so that's something that I like to make with my kids now. We'll do like our offal breakfast sausage on top of a homemade French fries with gravy and fresh squeaky cheese curds. And it is like a treat junk food, comfort food meal. It's a very heavy, but it is so good. It is so good. It's like one of our favorite homemade fast food cheat meals that it's just really, really cozy and fun. So if you have never had poutine, I highly recommend it. It's really good. It's very yummy. Anywho, I think that's all I've got for right now. Nobody submitted any questions or had anything that they were needing help with really this week. I know we're all kind of getting into that spring mode. It's like garden season. I'm still trying to finish my fence and borrow a tractor and get my garden put in. I don't even have my beds in yet, and I'm letting my below garden space, my in-ground garden, go because the gophers are just so bad down there right now. And I'm not gonna put the money into Fort Knoxing a situation down there right now. I'm just gonna let that return to pasture for the sheep. And I'm putting fruit trees down there, and like some really aggressive perennials. I'm putting Jerusalem artichokes and comfrey and kind of fodder crops for the sheep down there as well. And I'm just gonna let that garden space go, I think, for the time being, because it's being overrun with quackgrass and gophers. So I'm like, we're not gonna fight nature. I'm done fighting nature. We're gonna put the garden closer to the house, which is what I've always wanted anyway. And it just wasn't in the cards when we first moved in, because it's just gonna take a lot of work. We have to rip out the old rotten beds with invasive flowers that were already there. And we need to borrow equipment to do it, because we try to do it by hand, but the root systems are just too established and aggressive. We broke a shovel and a pickaxe trying to do it by hand last year. So anyway, we're gonna borrow some heavy machinery. We're gonna get it done, and it's gonna be great. We have these beautiful raised garden metal beds from Grow Right, super sweet family-owned business down in Carolina, I believe, that we partnered with, and we're super stoked to be putting in some nice metal raised beds that are going to be low maintenance for years and years and years to come. We're just gonna, put mesh on the bottom, do it right once, and then not have to mess with it for the next 20 years. We're really stoked about that. It'll be right next to the house. It'll be so convenient and lovely to just be able to pop outside to the garden and not have to go traipsing about super far to water and weed and all of that. So let me know how you guys are doing, what you're up to. If you have any questions, just general updates, what you're working on, what you're excelling at, what you're struggling with. I love to hear from you guys and be able to cheer you on and root for you. So don't hesitate. Please comment, message if you need anything, and we will chat again soon. We will do better. We're not going to get sick anymore. We're not going to have any more plagues. So we will get back onto our regular schedule of live chats and regular group activity this coming month. All right. I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to get going on this guy, and we'll see you guys soon.